And welcome to Raven's Nexus. We are here doing something a little bit different. We got Chainsaw Man Part 1. I want to try to go through, read the series, going chapter by chapter, slowly get an update to the new manga content coming out, especially with how hyped the anime's been. So, if y'all could do me the huge favor right before we begin, if y'all could subscribe if y'all enjoy manga content, and we're slowly trying to build a community of like minded people who really want to see stuff go forward. Other than that, if y'all could like if you enjoy it by the end and hop in the comments to see if you want a different type of manga covered. Hey bud. See he's a little excited. So we open up page 1 with our main character Denji already in deep misery. He casually lifts off the body parts he has sold, an eye, a kidney, even a nut, all to pay off the mountain of debt he has inherited. With nothing left but the need for money, Denji picks up his trusty chainsaw dog Pochita, pulls his tail to rev it up, and charges forward to slay the tomato devil. The chapter underneath, the Chainsaw Man, dog and chainsaw. After killing the devil, Denji reminds his boss to burn the body or the seeds will make it come back. He is owed 400,000 yen for the kill, but by the time he is given it, his boss has taken the finder's fee, debt, and interest. He is then left with 1,700 yen to live off for the month. With no food, just plans to survive on one slice of bread a day. That's pretty brutal because, shoot, I feel fat recently eating like my 3 meals a day, slowly hitting up the actual calorie goals we need to build. Walking home besides the car. As he is walking home, his boss's car is beside him. Denji is talking to Pochita about the job. Inside, the driver asks, "What's so special about the kid?" The answer? Nothing. He's just a tool, paying back the debt left behind when his father died, and in their eyes, devil hunters who sell bodies to the Yakuza aren't worth anything. Then the driver rolls down the window and offers Denji to swallow a cigarette for 100 yen. Denji grabs it, being like, "Alright, I need the money," and then forces it down. They laugh and drive away, and Denji is stuck there, slowly just spitting it out. In his tiny little homestead, Denji sharing his slice of bread with Pochita, talking about how normal people eat bread with jam. But normal is just a dream for him. The feeling that he might never pay off his debt. All he wants before he dies is something simple, to hug a girl. And then it flashes us back to when everything started. Young Denji stands at his father's grave. The same Yakuza boss mocks his father for dying without paying his monthly dues. Denji now has until tomorrow to get 700,000 yen or they'll carve him up and sell his parts. Denji, crying, certain his life is over, he spots a devil. The chainsaw dog stepping up, growling at him. Instead of running, Denji begs the devil to kill him, but Pochita collapses, too injured to fight. Seeing that both of them are about to die, Denji offers a deal. "Drink my blood. Devils heal from blood. I save you, you save me. Neither of us want to die." Next thing we see, Denji stands over the body of his first devil kill, Pochita in hands, and him yelling at the Yakuza to hire him as a devil hunter so he can pay off his debts. Denji then wakes up from his dream from hunger pains and the thoughts of his debt. He talks to Pochita again, maybe daydreaming of bread with jam, flirting with girls, maybe even playing video games might help him sleep. Sounds like a good dream, right, Pochita? And Pochita gives a little happy woof. Then Denji coughs up blood. We find out his mother died coughing up blood caused by a heart condition. Before he can rest, the boss bangs on his shed door again with another devil job. He is sad because they won't even let him dream. Sitting there in his shed, just trying to slowly find some peace, and then he starts coughing up blood, thinking, wait, this is just like my mother. I might die soon. Denji rides with the Yakuza to a rundown factory. He asks where the devil is as they're walking the bus. Denji rides with the Yakuza to the rundown factory. As he asks where the devil is, they are walking, and the boss starts calling him a mangy dog, a smell he can't stand. Suddenly, Denji is stabbed straight through the back, the blade impaling both of him and Pochita. They then reveal that they've made their own contract with the devil, promising power so they can make more money. Behind them rises the zombie devil, who declares it wants all devil hunters dead. Its blessing turns the Yakuza into a horde of mindless zombies under its control. The zombie devil then yells out, "Kill him and cut him into pieces." Denji, holding Pochita, tries to escape, but wounded and outnumbered, both he and Pochita are hacked apart and dumped into a trash bin. Denji's blood drips into Pochita's mouth. Another flashback. Denji wakes up Pochita, telling him that we gotta get it back to work. And then, as they're cutting down trees, they realize it's time for break, and they sit down. As they're talking about life, Denji says if he were to die, the only regret he would have would be leaving Pochita behind to survive alone. He would fear that a stronger devil would come in to and kill him and turn him into food, or the fact that Pochita would starve alone. He has heard that some devils can take over bodies, and if Pochita is one of them, he wants, when he is dead, for Pochita to take over his body and use it to live a life that he never got to live, and die a normal death that he probably won't even get, and chase the dreams he never could debt free. Because if he's dead, the Yakuza probably wouldn't come for him because he's gone. That's no longer Denji. It cuts back to Denji's body slowly forming back together, looking like a wire is dragging each sawed off part back together, with Pochita slowly combining with his chest. In their mind, Denji sees Pochita. He asks if he took over his body like he asked. Instead, Pochita speaks. "I've always loved hearing you talk about your dreams. This is a contract. I'll give you my heart. In exchange, show me your dreams." Denji bursts out of the dumpster, alive, fully healed, and he notices on his chest Pochita's pull cord that was on his tail, now imbued with his chest. The zombie devil screeches for his death again. Denji, sitting there thinking, he understands something new. People always want more. The rich, the poor, the Yakuza, even devils. If he only had appreciated what he already had more, he might have been happier. He grabs the cord, pulling it as a horde of zombies crash on top of him, flooding over. And out of nowhere, you see a chainsaw blade tear through the back of one of the zombies. Out of nowhere, Denji bursts out with a brand new form, ripping his way through the mass of zombies, launching himself out, freeing him, and directly towards the zombie devil. Denji, with a chainsaw mask formed around his head, where his with wires leaking around his neck, all the way keeping it together, and two chainsaws out his arms, stabs his hand directly through the zombie devil's eye, tearing him in half, now formed as the Chainsaw Man, turns over, looks at the horde of zombies, and then starts tearing through the horde, ripping them apart. He starts to yell since the Yakuza hired him to kill the devils, and now that the fact that they are devils, the more zombies he kills, the less debt he owes. By the end, the floor is covered in shredded zombie pieces, and Denji stands alone. A woman in a uniform with two guys looking like guards, asking if he did all this, and out of nowhere, she says she smells something strange in Denji. It's not quite human, but it's also not quite devil. Denji tries to speak, but only says, "Hold me," then starts to fall, and she grabs him in a hug. She confirms he is human. As his mask slowly starts melting off and Denji's face forms, the saws do the same. She she introduced herself as a public safety devil hunter that came to kill the zombie devil, but it looks like Denji beat them to it. He is then only given two choices: die as a devil or be kept as her pet. He asks about what food they would give him, and she says breakfast. Her toast smeared with butter and jam, salad, and possibly dessert. He sits there, dazed, and all he can say is, "That sounds like a dream come true," and he passes out. And with that, the end of chapter 1. Chainsaw Man. I love this first episode whenever it aired a while back. And now to read it the manga make it seem a lot more brutal than actual like the source. I love this type of anime. All the way from Chainsaw Man, JJK, Hell's Paradise, Agami Ga Kill. If y'all want to see one of those other ones that I listed, let me know. Other than that, if y'all enjoyed, if y'all could do me the amazing favor of subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed, pop down in the comments, tell me what y'all thoughts are, and what else y'all want to see. Yeah, I don't. Other than that, I'm gonna go play some Arc Raiders with Cluck, and yeah, deuces.